DynamicCarStore.com to get the cars. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your plenty. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCarStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to a tips and tricks FIFA 21 video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to improve at defending in FIFA 21. Now, if you're anything like me, FIFA 21 has been a big learning curve and has been a very difficult game to pick up straight off the go. I've really struggled at learning improvements for this game, and I feel like in my first weekend league, I didn't play very well. My first weekend league, I had probably the worst record I've ever had on any FIFA Ultimate Team. I finished 14 and 12, which for me, finishing gold ones comfortably last year, to hit 14 and 12, I was very disappointed in myself, and I knew I needed to really look and learn at how to get better at this game. A big part of that is my sheer inability to defend. I've never been good at defending on any FIFA, but this year in particular, I felt awful at defending. I really just didn't know what to do, and I really struggled with it. But there is something that you guys have probably all heard about that really helped me go from 14 and 12 in my first weekend league to at one point this weekend league, I was 17 and 7. Admittedly, I did then bottle it and finish 18 and 11, but 17 and 7 from 14 and 12 is a fantastic turnaround, and I was really, really proud of myself. And there's definitely a few things I've done to improve that, and one of those biggest things I've done is I've utilized AI defending. I'm sure a lot of you know what AI defending is. Some of you might not know exactly what that actually means, however. AI defending means artificial intelligence defending, which basically means you let the defenders defend for you. Yeah. Now, this can be a really boring thing to do. This can be really tricky to get used to. It's one thing I'm awful at. But when you hear people say, don't use your defenders, don't use your centre-backs, don't touch your centre-backs, that's what it means. It means do not control your defenders. That's it. This is really tricky to do. It's something I really struggle with. When I see a player running through and I see my centre-back running after them or holding that position, I think, if I change them, I can win that ball back. 99 times out of 100, if I change that centre-back, they will turn, they'll leave that centre-back out in an awkward position because I've overcommitted the defender forward, and they just get behind, or they play a pass, and then there's space in the defence, and it leads to a goal, quite often. So what AI defending is basically you use your CDMs or your midfielders to try and do the defending work and let the AI keep the defenders where they're supposed to be, because at the end of the day, the AI should really know where they're supposed to be. This obviously works better the better the defenders you have. Defensive positioning is a really important stat to look at on your defenders. But honestly, I'm going to try and show you a couple of things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a game of friendlies because I'm not going to be attacking. I'm literally just going to be defending for this game. So it's going to be really boring for me to play. But I want to show you guys how important it can be to not use your centre-backs and try and use your CDMs to win the ball back. Let's get into some clips. Let's get into some highlights, and hopefully I can show you what I mean. So in this game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just not use my centre-backs or my full-backs at all. There'll be some situations where it is maybe beneficial to go to because you can actually win the ball back or you're not over-committing someone out of position. But I'm going to try and show you that using my CDMs, who are Kante and Kimmich, by the way, can really be the way to win games and help you defend and concede much, much less. So straight off the bat, I'm going to go into my formation very quickly. Put my players in the formation they're meant to be, which is the 4-2-2-2. But here, I'm going to obviously commit with a player who's out there. So Werner, I'm in an attacking position, so I will use my attacking players to try and close them down. But now they're in my half, my third of the pitch, I am not going to change to my defenders. You can see here, I'm using Kante. I'm letting Wan-Bissaka do his own thing there to try and keep him in there. And Wan-Bissaka will keep the pressure on. I'm just going to use my CDMs. He's going to play it across. I'm going to keep running with him. You can see, okay, if I'd committed with someone like Joe Gomez or Klosterman, I could have been out of position there, and I'd have given him a space to have a much better attack. There, again, I've not used my defenders at all. I'm just going to boot this ball long to give him possession back to make another attack. I'm just, honestly, not using your centre-backs can make such a big difference in just keeping the players out and really limiting their chances. Okay, another chance in my half here. So here, normally I would change my defender. I'm not going to. Gomez is going to keep that man quiet. Kimmich is going to be my man that I use. I close him down, and again, I've managed to close him down there without opening myself up at the back using a defender. Okay, ball's on the edge of the box. Again, I've changed my defender by accident. That I didn't actually mean to do. So I'm just going to boot this ball long again. Just going to give them possession. And again, we go back to my CDM, if I can get hold of him. There he is. Keep hold of my CDM. And again, he's going to play it across here, but my back four, look, is all in position. If I committed with a centre-back, he's had to go backwards because he's got Gomez and he's got Kimmich closing him down. Gomez keeping him on there. Again, Gomez steps in. So I'm going to change back to my CDM because I don't want to be controlling my centre-back. And again, I try and keep him in position. Look, Kimmich there. Kante, I'm able to step in. My centre-back carried the man and blocked everything from happening. Boot the ball away because, again, I'm giving him chances. I'm not scoring. I want to try and get him to. Again, bit of a counter here, so you can see, normally, some people would change that centre-back there and try and close him down. If I'd done that, there would have been a man through, I'd have been a man down at the back, and he probably would have been one-on-one with my keeper because Gomez would have been so out of position. But again, Klosterman man-marking that first man there. He's going to try and play it across. He's had to play it all the way across there. And again, nothing happens from it because my defenders are there, rigid, and just staying in the way. It really limits him to absolutely nothing to do because he's got 4 players at the back and at least one of 2 CDMs to deal with as well, which is tricky to do. Breaking down 6 players is not fun. And as a heads up, I'm on 4 depth right now. I'm not exactly sitting back. I'm not on drop back. I'm on balanced 4 depth. Klosterman, look, closes the man down, keeps him and pushes him out to a wide angle because, again, he was in position. Yes, he got the shot there, but because of Klosterman's AI defense, he just kept him out in the position and just really limited him from doing anything. That, by the way, was square. If that had gone in, goal of the season. Again, so you can see 4 against 3 here. But the main thing is, my 4 defenders, so Davies there has done a bit of a mare and not really helped me out. But again, my defenders in the way. Joe Gomez, prime example there. Joe Gomez is standing exactly where he would be because the AI know if he's in front of the goal, it's 3 bodies he's got to shoot through, not just the keeper. Kante now is going to try, again, be my man to control it. Wan-Bissaka's come inside, and because Wan-Bissaka's forced him inside, it's given me a chance with Kante to get back there and tackle him. Another chance here. He's got his striker coming through. Again, I'm closing him with Kimmich. Kimmich is going to be the man I use. My centre-back staying in the middle, keeping the positions that they need to keep. And again, forced him backwards because I've been there on my CDM. My centre-backs and my defenders are there to stop him creating anything. Yet again, I've not committed anyone forward, and I've managed to win possession. I know this was only a brief video, but I don't think this needs too much explaining. It takes a lot of time to practice and get used to not controlling your defenders. And again, in some situations, there will be times where actually changing to your defender can be the beneficial option because sometimes you don't have an option but to try and make a tackle or commit with your defender. But I promise you, this has made such a difference to me in regards to actually having chances, creating attacks, all this other stuff. I promise you, this is so worthwhile trying to get used to and trying to implement into your game. Again, it made such a difference for me. I had 3 extra wins with 5 less losses on Weekend League after trying to utilize this and have this be part of my gameplay. It can be a bit boring to do. It can be very, very tedious. Doing this with drop back and having like no depth can actually in the end cause you more problems because you've got so many players back there that their positioning can be a little bit screwy. But trying to get used to this, using those CDMs, having a balance, having a decent depth can really be beneficial for you because you can just stop so many attacks and it just gives you such a chance. I genuinely feel like if I was trying to attack in that game, I probably would have scored because he probably would have used his centre-backs. If he used his CDMs, it would have been a bit of a stalemate. It would have been a tricky one. But I think he would have used his centre-backs. I'd have been able to make the space. And when I've got players like Suka, Werner, Rodrigo, I'm going to find the space and I'm going to score goals. But hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully you find this a helpful tutorial. If there's any other things you'd like to know my opinion on, feel free to ask me. I'm not a pro player by any stretch of the imagination. But if I can find things that are helping me improve my gameplay, I'm going to do my best to share it with you guys and obviously try and help you guys out too because we're a community. Let's try and improve together. Let's help each other get better at this game. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications to be told anytime that we upload a video or indeed go live with a live stream. For now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know.